A perfect storm are coming for Arizona home buyer. Welcome back, everyone. In today, the Monday market update, we are going to look at a couple of changes happening in the real estate market right now, which could be the potential big change, make the big change for the real estate market in Arizona, and bringing more profit, more benefit for home buyers, home investors. So let's take a look what we have. So, the first change that we are going to talk about is the interest rate change. In this chart right here, which show the interest rate for since July of this year. Right, as of today, though, we are running about 7.44%, and as you know, this is just the an average number, right? Because it could be a range. It could be from 6% to 7.79%. There's a lot of dependence, depend on the credit score, depend on the income, depend on the debt that you have. The interest rate could be different. But the key point that I want to talk about today is both of the 30 years fixed rate or 15 years fixed rate loan program. They are reducing. All right, as you see here, they are reducing. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the right one that I want. Okay, this is the 30 years. Both the blue bar is the 30 years, and the 15, the green one is the 15 years. Both are reducing. What does that mean to the home investor, home buyers? As you know, the monthly expense, the most expensive monthly expense for the real estate investor and home buyers are the mortgage payment. For the home investor is a mortgage payment, right? I know we're talking about tax, insurance, HOA, but those are minimal, right? So when the interest rate goes down, the reason why a lot of investors pull out of the market is because it's too high. The mortgage payment is too high, and therefore they don't want to into the market anymore. If the interest rate goes down like this, it's going to create a lot of incentive for them to be back on the market. Now, this rate, by the way, is not for investor because Freddie Mac only reports the mortgage rate for primary homeowner. Okay, the investor is normally 1.1% higher than this number, right? But it's still on the downtrend. Okay, if it's down everywhere. So it's because it's still on the downtrend. A lot of investors are gonna be able to afford for the mortgage payment in the monthly basis. Okay, so that's change number one. The change number two that I'm going to talk about is the new 5% down program for the multifamily units. We're talking about now bigger pocket. There's an article talk about that, right? Another website, the National Mortgage Professional, also have an article talking about that. This is the one of the biggest news for today. Okay, about recently. Okay, I know this is an old article, but this is like official from Bigger Pockets 2 days ago, right? Mortgage Equity Partner, they also talk about that option as well. The reason why it is benefit for the investor is that number one, when we talk about multifamily unit, first of all, we talk about 2 or 3 or 4 units, okay, or more, maybe even more. But more than 4 is considered commercial, so maybe it's not applicable for a lot of newer investor, right? This program is rolled out specifically benefit for a lot of newer investor, okay, because it used to be required, the original requirement for multifamily unit is at least 20-25%, right? Which is going to be very difficult for a lot of new investors to be able to put in because they obviously don't have a lot of capital. Not a lot of new investors have the capital needed to fund 20-25% for multifamily unit. However, multifamily unit become very attractive nowadays. It's mainly because the concept of sharing a room or house hacking, right? Low down payment, and you still be able to live in the house hacking. That is the strategy, right? And then get additional income from the portion of the property you share with another person. So for that reason, it attracts a lot of new investor. And with this rollout of the program, now the investor only have to pay 5%, put in 5% down payment to be able to acquire the loan. Now there's much more detail of this program as well, and that is out of scope of this video. However, at the first glance, I just want to tell you about this change coming up. If you are interested to learn more about this program, I'm more than happy to answer any question that you may have, or you just simply research Google. You should come up with a lot of resources. But this is one of the change for which make the real estate investor more benefit in the future. The next change that I'm going to talk about is the comfort market index is going down. So the pink line right here is the comfort market index of 2023. Obviously, you see that there is a downtrend of the comfort market index since about the end of June, beginning of July. Okay, this index is created by a company called Comfort Associates. Okay, Comfort Associates, which is a very reliable, trustful real estate data company in Arizona. Okay, this one indicate that the market index indicate that from 90 to 110 is the balance zone of the market. Okay, so there's a couple of things that you have to realize. Number one, as of right now, it's at 114, right? This is from November 11. But the newest number that I heard of is about 109, which is about in the balance zone already. Okay, when there is in the balance zone, the buyer and the seller have the same equal negotiation power, about the same negotiation power. Okay, it depends on the situation that the buyer may have more. Even, for example, if the house is old, if the house needs a lot of work, then the buyers most likely have more negotiation power, right? Which is investor, right? A lot of real estate investor, those property are kind of in the someone who's looking to have a house to live in, right? Those type of house is not going to be under consideration. But for real estate investors, those are gems. Those are the things that you can add more value to the property and increase the equity that you have, right? So those are very attractive to real estate investor. Now, when the real estate market, the comfort market index is going down like this, right? The house that is in the bad shape is not going to be sold very quickly. Not a lot of home buyers is willing to do so, right? For that reason, it's good for the investor. Okay, but what about the price? Will the price change for that reason? Will the price change? When we talk about price, we have to compare between the supply and the demand. That's why we break down further the comfort demand index and the comfort supply index. Okay, so this one right here, the blue line is the supply and the red line is the demand. Now it's kind of difficult to see this one, but let's zoom in to the recent transaction. Okay, the recent time. Right? We zoom in right there. Again, the red line is the demand and the supply is improved right here. You can see that as of now, the supply tend to move up and the demand tend to go down right now. But the price doesn't change yet. Why? Because as of now, the demand is still higher than the supply. Okay, even though they are in like the direction that they're meeting, but they are not meeting yet until they actually cross over, like in this small kind of area right here, then the price may change. Okay, because as of right now, even though the demand drop, okay, yeah, on the trend of dropping, okay, the supply is still on the trend of rising because of the season market. This is the slow time of Arizona. take longer time to sell a house on the market, right? So it's moving toward increasing higher. Okay, so the price doesn't change yet. However, it's on there. Okay, of course we have to. I'm gonna keep monitoring the change in those demand and supply indexes so that I can inform you immediately. Um, the other thing that I have to emphasize is that for some reason, this report is in October 1st of 2023. So which is about a month old already. So it has a lot of thing change for the last 2 or 3 weeks. The interest rate doesn't change, right? And the interest rate doesn't change. I'm sorry, the interest rate goes down for the last couple of weeks, and then the supply goes even higher for the last couple of weeks. So I'm interested to see more recent upgrade. I would bet that these two lines gonna be already meeting somewhere, and rather than have a big gap like this. Okay, but I will continue monitoring everything and will inform you about the change if anything happens. But overall, those are the three things that I want to share with you in this episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching the video. I'm happy to share with you any answer that I can have for any question that you may have. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.